Hello everyone. Welcome to Art Lessons with Anna. Hi, I'm Anna Walker, otherwise known as FELTit, and I've been creating for as long as I can remember. Usually you see me creating things with fiber and felt, like the pincushion, flower pincushion, or my little toadstools here. But I decided that since we're all kind of in a different kind of time and place, that we needed to have an online internet create date. And so I'm coming here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time, and bringing you a new project until about mid-May. Today's project is around my neck. We're going to make a toilet paper flower garland. And I'm going to show you a lot of different ways we can do that. So let me turn the camera down and we'll get started. Okay, so you're going to need some toilet paper tubes or a paper towel tube. All right, let me take off the garland from around my neck so that you can get a look at it here. What these are, each of these flowers are made up of 6 different slices of our toilet paper tube or cardboard tube. Now, I've decorated this one with washi tape. Washi tape is that fun tape that you can find at the craft stores in different colors and different designs, but you can also use washable markers to make a design on your tubes. That's what I'm doing for the one I'm going to cut up and show you how to use today. You could use acrylic paints and paint them. That's just going to take a little bit more time to do. And I wanted to show you all the different ways that you could do this. So this is the washi tape way, and I just took for each flower and I did 3 of the petals in one design tape and 3 of the petals in another design tape, and then when I connected it, and we'll talk about connecting a little later, I used a 3rd color so it makes it look like it's got a center to each of the flowers. So I'm going to put the washi tape one aside. We're going to work with the cardboard paper towel tube because I wanted to show you a couple of different ways to put these together. Now, if you're using the tubes, and whether it's the toilet paper tubes or the paper towel tubes, and you're going to use markers or crayons or anything like that, you want to design before you start cutting these up, okay? So I've created the design. I just did a simple checkerboard pattern. I've got red and orange going one direction. I've got blue and purple going the other direction. It's just a little bit of something to give it a little design. And now what we do is we flatten out that tube. Now this can be kind of tough to do sometimes. I have what's called a bone folder. This is a tool that paper artists use to help them crease paper and get a good fold. But if you don't have a bone folder, you can use a marker or a pencil. It does the same thing. And we're just making sure that we've got this fold nicely put as flat as we can so that we can figure out what we're going to do next. The next part is we're just going to cut it up into strips. Now you could measure this, and as I'm looking at my grid here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 inches for my tube here. Now a 1-inch cut is not bad, but I prefer a little bit thinner than that. And I just kind of decide as I'm going along. If you looked at the ones that I created for the demonstration, you'll notice that some of them are a little thicker and some of them are a little thinner, and that's okay. It just gives you extra dimension. So what I usually do is take my scissors and I find about the middle, and then I just cut it in half. And you do this with the paper towel tube or the toilet paper tube. And you see, it's not exact, and that's okay. Next, I'm going to cut it in half again. And my goal is just to get some nice, thick but not too thick, thin but not too thin slices here. And we need 6 for each flower. Could you make your flower with only 5? Yeah, absolutely. Your flower, your way of doing it. I've chosen 6 because I like that 6-pointed flower. And I chose 6 also because if you wanted to, you could do a different kind of flower, and I'll show you that here too. So I'm just cutting my tube into strips. This is probably the hardest part of all of it, is just cutting the tube. So I've got all of these strips and they're ready to put together. How are we going to put them together? Well, we can use glue, and if we do use glue, you're going to want to have some clothespins handy because that'll help hold it until the glue is nice and tight. Can also use double stick tape, and that's what I'll use to put these together. If you're using washi tape, you can use the washi tape to connect them. We can also use the washi tape after we've used the double stick tape to add a different color to the center if we want, and I think we're going to do that. I'm going to choose one here that'll look kind of different and give us a little pop of color, and I think I'm going to go with this pink one here, but you don't have to, okay? You can use regular tape to put them together if you want, and it'll be the same as me putting them together with the washi tape. So this could be the regular Scotch tape, or you could use washi tape, you could use glue, or you can use double stick tape. So I'm going to put one together with double stick tape. Let's see how many. We've got 12 here, so we've got a couple of different ways we can do this. I'm taking 2 petals at a time because the first step is just to connect those first 2 together to form kind of a little heart shape. And what we need to do is take a piece of the double stick tape, put it right here on the end of the flower petal, and then we take the other petal, we measure it out and get it nice and even, and then we press it together, okay? And now we've got 2 of our petals together. Now these, because I had the tape going up so high, these connected pretty high, so this might give us a very different looking flower. So I'm gonna take a little less tape this time, same thing, put it down on the end, and this can get, there we go. My fingers were stickier than the cardboard. And then measure them out so that they're connecting in the center, press them together. And you see that gives us a little bit more open one, but when we put them together, these give us some really pretty designs. Now I want to show you putting them together, putting some of these together with glue. And to do that, oh, my glue is getting messy. I'll have to clean that up later on. Just put a little bit of glue right here at the end, okay? Move this over here out of the way. Find another tube, press them together, and then put your clip on it. You want to hold these nice and tight together until they dry. Let's show you that again. I'm going to take our glue, a little bit right here on the end. Find another strip. Get the centers nice and matched, and then we take one of our clothespins and we hold it tight until it dries. So these are going to take, I don't know, 20 minutes or so to dry. So I'm going to keep working with the flower, and I'm going to show you how to use regular tape to connect these together. Just going to take a strip of tape that's long enough, a little longer than 2 of them put together, because we need to wrap around them 2 times. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, because you have to put the tape on the inside of the petals, and then you have to wrap the tape around, going right around the center there until it's held together. Okay, I'm going to do that again and show you that one more time. Take a piece of tape that's about a little more than twice the size, a little more than, 1.5, twice the size of the petals next to each other. Put the tape on the inside of one petal, all the way down at the center, okay? Hold your second petal together and then just wrap that tape around both petals until the tape is completely used up. And that's how we put that one together. Now we've got, let's make an 8-sided one here. That'll be a pretty flower. what we need to do is connect them together. So we're going to connect these two together and these two together, and then we'll connect those two and those two to make our flower. And I'm going to use washi tape to connect. You could use Scotch tape if that's what you have at home. That's not a problem. But I'm going to use washi tape. Now, with the washi tape, you could use regular tape first to hold them together and then put the washi tape over that. You could glue them first, let them dry, and then you could use the washi tape over that. You could use double stick tape to hook them together to make it a little easier for you to use the washi tape, but it's all going to end up the same way. We're just going to add a little bit of that tape. If you don't have washi tape, you don't have Scotch tape, but you've got some masking tape, or you've got some painter's tape. Blue painter's tape would look really cool here. So I'm going to get this started on the inside of one of the petals. It's hard to get this on camera so you can see it, but I'm going to try. See how I've got that just right on the inside there? Now I'm going to hold it up next to the other one, trying to match the centers. I want the centers to be close together, and then I'm going to wrap it around the very next petal, and I'm going to keep wrapping until I run out of washi tape. Now, washi tape tears pretty easily. If it tears, just keep wrapping and grab another piece of washi tape if you need it. But that's what it'll look like when you've got it put together. You'll have that washi tape connecting things. So let's connect these two together. Again, I'm just taking a nice long piece of washi tape. I'm going to put it right here in the center, as close to the middle as I can. Okay, whoa, I'm not on camera. There we go. Right down here at the bottom, I'm going to put it as close as I can. Then I'm going to grab the second one that I want to attach to, and I'm going to just wrap it inside the next one and keep wrapping around until the washi tape has gone all the way around a couple of times. You can go around as many times as you want, okay? And so now we've got two of them ready to go, and we're going to connect them together. So again, nice long piece of washi tape. Put it on the inside of one petal as close to the bottom as you can, as close to the center as you can, okay? And I'm going to grab the other set of petals, and I'm going to wrap this around. Again, if you're using Scotch tape, it's the same process. You're just going to take a nice long piece of tape and wrap it all the way around, both of them. Now, it looks like we're done, right? But those two aren't connected yet, so we want to connect those two. And then we'll have some connections that we'll need to make in between so that we've got the washi tape on all of the center petals so that it looks like we've got that center in the middle of our flower. You see how we've got that third set of tape that makes it look like the center of the flower? We're going to have to go through and make sure that we've got this done in all the spots. So right now I'm going to put this down here at the bottom. See how it's right there at the bottom? Then I'm going to wrap it around and keep going around those two petals until I use up all that washi tape on there, and that'll hold it nice and securely. And again, it doesn't matter if the washi tape gets a little wrinkly. So you see that we've got washi tape here, 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 and here. This is an 8-pointed flower, so now we need to do here, 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 and here. So I'm just going to wrap the washi tape around those connections that we used the Scotch tape for. We're just doing this so that we've got that wonderful color center on all of the center petals. And washi tape is kind of nice because if it wrinkles up, you just squish it down and keep wrapping around. The wrinkles don't hurt it at all. It's very much like painter's tape or like masking tape because it can wrinkle up. And if you want a straight line, yeah, then it's a problem. But if we're doing something like this, it doesn't really matter if we get a little wrinkly. Just add some more texture to our flower center. And we're just wrapping all the way around. And now we've got 2 more to do. Just taking it right here in the center. And I am just pushing that tape through. And then pulling it through the other side. Just to wrap it all the way around the center portion of these petals. So that we've got that beautiful color right there. 1 more left. Starting it right here in the center. As close to the center as we can. You see that I'm kind of opening up the petals if I need to be able to get the washi tape around. They're connected. They're not going to come apart. So if you have to open them up just a little bit with your fingers to get the washi tape through, or your tape through, it's going to be just fine. And so there we have our completed flower. We've got the design going all the way around. And we could design on the inside. You could take your markers and you could put another color here on the inside if you want. That's totally up to you. If you're painting, you got paint out, you could paint the inside of that if you wanted to. But we've got our flower ready. So now how do we make a garland? Well, we need to have a little bit of string. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. And so depending on how long and how many flowers you're going to make, you'll figure out how much string you want. I like to have them so that they, I don't know, they've got about 6-8 inches between each flower. It lets them hang down a little low so you can actually see what they look like. And now we can do the attachment of the flowers one of 2 ways. You can do like I did and poke a hole at the top going all the way through. And if you do that, I would use scissors very carefully, and maybe you have a grown-up do this for you, but this is an easy way to make a hole. If you have a hole punch, you could probably use a hole punch here too. Some tubes aren't very easy to punch holes through, and the ones that I did for the sample that have the washi tape all around the petals, those wouldn't let me, it was too much washi tape and it wouldn't let me poke the holes in it. So you could poke the holes and thread it through. You could also take your string, this takes a little planning, and you could do a half hitch knot. Now a half hitch knot just means that you find the middle, you fold it in half, and you pull the loose strands through, and that is a half hitch knot. And you could hang it like that. Now you could do these individually and make them ornaments. You could string on several of them and make a garland like I showed you how to make. You can put these together to make really cool designs. When you take a look at the stars, they're all pretty much the same, but if you connect them together, you can make beautiful designs that you could then either hang up as a garland, or you could just hang them on the wall as a pretty little, you know, art piece that can hang on the wall. Isn't that pretty? That's today. It was a fast one today. I'm going to flip the camera up. So I hope that you had fun making our toilet paper tube flower garland, and I would love to see your completed pieces from the past weeks. If you've got pictures to share, just send them to me via Messenger, and I'll try and find a way to get them posted on the page on the right tutorial. I'm going to be working on some felting things later this week that I'll show you. The latest one I've done is still drying. I've got this flower that I put together last night, a new design, and I kind of like the way it turned out. And if I end up cutting all my hair off, this might have to be, you know, in my hair for a while, making me feel like I'm not too short. But working on some felting things. So you'll get to see some of the things that I'm working on. But tomorrow, we're going to do something fun. It's going to take some string. it's going to take some acrylic paints, and it's going to take some paper. And our project from tomorrow we're going to use for our project on Thursday. So stay tuned. I hope to see you tomorrow. And I thank you for being here today with me. If you want to learn more about felting, go to stabthingsintoexistence.com. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.